Hey there everybody, Aaron here. Welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today I want to do a review on a survival kit that I put together, and kind of my medium weight survival kit inside of the Maxpedition Beefy Pocket Organizer. So what you're about to see is all the gear that I have thrown in here. I used this pocket organizer on a recent multi-day backpacking trip. So I backpacked in about 7 miles, found a camping spot, and then hung out there at the camping spot for about 2 days. So almost all my survival stuff and the gear that I used was just inside this Beefy Pocket Organizer, and I was able to fit a ton of stuff. And for those of you who have seen the channel before and watched some of my other survival gear videos, you're about to see some other products that you haven't probably seen before, so you should be pretty excited about what you're about to see here and what I was able to fit inside this Beefy Organizer. The same day that I'm posting this video, I will also be posting a review on the Beefy Organizer by Maxpedition. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail of the pack. I'll just give you some basic dimensions, but if you want to see just some more about this pack and kind of the ins and outs, then, or the Pocket Organizer, I keep calling it a pack, but the Pocket Organizer, I'll have a link in the description below, not only of that review, but of some of the other reviews of some of the other products that you're about to see me put inside the survival kit. So the dimensions that we're looking at here today is 6 inches by 8 inches by 2.5 inches, 1000 denier nylon, Teflon coated YKK zippers. That's the basic specs that you're going to get from me from that Beefy Organizer. What you have in here is a front pocket that I have put a bandana in. You can use a bandana for so many different things, so it's just a simple cotton bandana. You flip it open, and we're going to stuff it full of the gear that I took up recently, and we'll wrap it up with a video up at the top of one of the mountains that we climbed during our backpacking trip. But in the back here I have some Cottonelle flushable wet ones, not only when nature calls to take care of yourself, but also clean your hands, clean pots and pans, clean a wound. It's just good to have some sort of cloth that you can clean stuff with. So I have those zipped in the back there. Then what we have is the Brilla Ultimate Survival Technologies lantern. This is a great little lantern powered by AA batteries, and that's really important to me because I try and buy as many as possible, my flashlights and lanterns powered off a AA, so I can just buy a ton of AA's and rock those, and I don't have to think about, oh, I need AAA's, and then I need those special C batteries and blah, 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 blah. So this is a great little lantern, has lasted me now about 3 camping trips, including my backpacking trip, without having to replace the batteries. 2 different light settings. We have a review out on this. I'll have a link in the description below. It's got a nice little carabiner, so you can hook it up to your tent, hammock, whatever. You can just lay it on a rock if you're camping and backpacking like we were. But the big plus, and what's really cool, particularly if you're doing backpacking, and on this particular trip we didn't see anybody for a couple days, is that if you hold down the power button, it'll start blinking red, and if I push it again, it'll blink SOS red for 48 hours straight without having to replace the battery. So that's very impressive, particularly when you're out there in the wilderness. You may not see people for a couple days, and you may have an injury, someone gets really sick, and you can't either take someone out, or you're by yourself and you can't get out for some reason, and again, an injury or whatever. This would be very good to be able to signal and get someone to spot you and get some help to you, because in this day and age, in the 21st century, sadly, even if you're out there in the wilderness without seeing a single human being, which we didn't for a couple days, we did have planes flying over on a pretty regular basis, and sometimes low, few person plane, so they would easily be able to see this SOS signal if I had thrown it out there into the field and that we were camped near, and I'm sure we would have been able to get help pretty quickly. So that is easily able to fit down there at the bottom. Then some other items that I have near the top for fire starting and taking care of and protecting yourself. I have SPF 50 active, just kind of like a lip balm. Sunscreen is kind of how it's designed, but it's sunscreen. You always want to protect yourself so you don't get sunburns and later down the line get skin cancer or something like that. That easily fits right there. Then I have an Ultimate Survival Technologies base waterproof kit. It's their aluminum little waterproof kit. It has a little rubber seal here, and it comes with some tinder pods as well as a little tiny spark wheel. You can either just get the case itself for I think around $5, or in my case I got the actual upgrade stoker kit that comes with some tinder and then this little spark wheel that throws some sparks, so a way to start fire as well as keep my tinder dry. I have a cotton ball in there now, but to keep my tinder dry and not get wet in case it rains on me or something like that, and the material around me, the vegetation that I could usually use for tinder may be all wet and very difficult for me to start a fire. Then I just have a simple 99-cent match kit. These are waterproof matches, again in a rubberized O-ring style kit. so it's waterproof as well as the matches are waterproof. I got 25 matches in there. I got some candles. We've kind of talked about this in other videos. Some birthday candles are a great way. You can light the birthday candle and that will last for a long time and not burn out on you, and then you can light if you're having trouble lighting stuff. So it's always good to have a birthday candle or two. And then it also has a little ferrocerium rod down here at the bottom so you can throw some sparks if you have to. I wouldn't bet my life on that. They do not throw very good sparks, but you could get some sparks if you had to, and it's way better than trying to do a bow drill, you know, if you are all out of all of your other fire starting abilities. I also have a mini Bic lighter. Got to have one of those. Easily fits in here. Slide it anywhere you want, really. Then another lighting instrument that I took with me was the Fenix E12. New for 2014. Love this light. Definitely an upgrade over the E11. Has multiple different lighting options, 3 different lighting options that are very easy to do. You no longer have to mess with the front to dim down or brighten up the light. You easily just tap the back and it switches through, and it again is powered by AA batteries. And then I took the Fenix head strap. Again, reviews either coming on the Fenix or I've already posted them. I don't know when I'll put this video up in comparison to these videos, but we already have done the review on the head strap. This makes it easy so I can do hands-free lighting around my campsite, and I don't have to bring a secondary headlamp on top of my flashlight. So I have a lantern, I have a flashlight / headlamp. Again, easily fits inside here, no problem. Then I have a little packet here that holds 4 AA batteries, so now I'm able to not only run this twice, my lantern, but have 2 backup batteries on top of the ones that are inside there for my Fenix E12. So that's really nice. Those again fit in there, no problemo. Then we have our field sharpener from Worksharp. Great sharpener here, and this is my larger sharpener, and I was able to fit this inside here. And again, I would say this is my medium weight. You know, I have a lighter weight model that I will use sometimes if I'm, you know, if I know I'm going to be around people, then I will usually take my lighter kit. This is my medium weight survival kit. So then I have my Leatherman rebar, a great way to not only start fires, but also maintain all the gear that I have in here. If I have a breakdown of some of this gear, I could use this Leatherman to get inside and start working on it and repair them. But you know, I have a serrated blade there, as well as a wood saw, so I could saw, you know, thin branches about the thickness of my wrist or smaller. And then I have a really good blade there as well, so I could easily get feather shavings done, and you know, shavings for a fire. Then with all the other tools that I have to start a fire, easily get a fire going with this little Leatherman tool. If that's all I had, I will obviously always try to have a fixed blade on me, but if it broke, I lost it, whatever, that Leatherman is a fantastic backup. Then we got some bug spray. Got to have some form of bug spray to keep the bugs off of you, particularly here in Colorado, where I live. It can sometimes be a real big hassle with some of the mosquitoes, depending on the time of year, like probably a lot of places in America. Then I'm not a huge fan on pre-built survival kits, but the Survival Medic Kit from Soul is actually a really good product. It runs you about $13, comes with a lot of different stuff, including this nice strong plastic bag with a Ziploc zipper kind of on the top, so it can be water resistant, which is great, so you can throw some items in there. I'll actually probably throw that Bic lighter in there, is where it should probably be. But it also comes with a few medical items that I have put inside my medical kit that you'll see in a second, as well as just a little instructional guide with like 50 different tips to kind of help keep your head in a survival situation. Comes with some duct tape. It's always good to have that. A little Endure button compass that has been very accurate for me when I've tested it up against other compasses, my Brunton compass as well as my iPhone. It seems to work very well, and you know, definitely give you the right direction where you're going. It is very sensitive to steel though, so don't make sure that your knife or a Leatherman tool or something like that isn't close to it when you're trying to use it, because it could kind of throw off the magnetized part of the magnetic compass. Have emergency whistle inside. What else we got here? A tops mirror. This is a great way to signal people. So it's always important, some people forget when they're building survival kits, the goal is to be found. So this is a great little way. I bought this off from Blade HQ. I think it was like $3. Has a little hole in it, and I keep it so you can see what you're aiming at. And I keep it in the plastic bag so it doesn't get scratched and make it more difficult to get a good reflection off of there. So I always have that with me, as well as it comes with, a heat blanket, a large heat blanket to not only keep me out of the elements of rain or snow. If it was raining or snowing, I could wrap myself in that and I wouldn't get wet, as well as keep obviously my body heat up against me. So this also fits in here, and this is very small and lightweight. Again, weighing the weight on this thing is 4 ounces, so that's very impressive that, you know, it's lightweight like that. Then I got 25 feet of 550 paracord. Always got to have some paracord there with you. Very, very important. And I'm actually going to store this a little differently as we're packing this up. Store it more like that, so it will fold a little easier. There we go. Then I have over here on this flap, as you've seen, we haven't really done anything with this flap. I really stuffed this side full, is the Endure Survival Straw, 25 gallons. It can purify, and up in the mountains in particular, backpacking, outdoors type of stuff, this is going to absolutely be able to do everything that you would need to purify your water. It won't do quite as good on heavy metals and things like that. It will do heavy metals, but just won't do quite as good as some other survival straws out there, but they are usually larger and heavier and more expensive. So this one works great for what I need it for in 25 gallons. I mean, that's 25 days of pure water, guys, and it works real great, easy to, you know, suck through and, you know, get your water purified. I'll stick that over on this sleeve. Over here I have a secondary whistle, again, in case I lose that other one, or, you know, gets jammed up with mud or water for some reason or something like that. Then finally, last piece of the puzzle, I have my little one-person medical kit. I got hydrogen peroxide, rubber gloves, I got, what else? Neosporin, cotton pads, you know, all sorts of different pads and bandages in there, and it is in a watertight Ziploc. It is Lock Sack, made here in the USA. This is a really nice little item. I will have a link to a review of my medical kit in the description below again, and this can also fit right here in this sleeve. There we go. Now this is a pretty tight fit, guys, but I was able to collapse this all up. And as you can see, without too much difficulty, boom, there it is. It's definitely, you know, fully packed in there. But now I have a multi-day medium weight survival kit. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we took this on our recent backpacking trip, and we'll wrap up the video. Maxpedition, the beefy organizer, is what I took up on this particular hike today, up to the 12,000 feet. And it's perfect. It's perfect for this type of stuff. You know, not a huge survival kit, but not a mini one either. And we were going somewhere where we know we were not going to see any people that day. And then I just had the little Azula with me as well, with the G10 handle scales. Just awesome. And it's able, that would be really ideal, I believe, the Maxpedition Beefy Organizer, if you're making it a survival kit for this type of stuff. You're going somewhere where no one else is going. It's very secluded. We haven't seen anybody for over a day now. And, you know, I mean, we're several miles from the vehicle to get out. So I'm able to get a lot of stuff inside this organizer if we were to get stuck up here for some reason. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching this particular episode of Gideon's Tactical. Please subscribe, comment, like the videos, share the videos, and check out our Facebook page. You can find it on the YouTube homepage at Gideon's Tactical. Like our Facebook page, where you'll get updates of upcoming videos, you'll get photos, as well as upcoming gear, new gear releases, you know, that products and companies that are released, as well as behind the scenes footage and bloopers that you'll never see make it to YouTube. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.